Hey guys, it's Tepco Cycle Repair. Today we're going to be talking about short-term bike storage. So this is my 1988 Honda Hawk. This is a V-twin 650. This is a carbureted bike. What I do with this bike now, this has been sitting for 4 months now, and I haven't fired up, haven't run it. I got other bikes that I ride. So I want to take it out and take it for a ride today. I haven't turned the key on or nothing. All I did is just roll it out, and I disconnected the battery tender, which I have right here. Just disconnected that. Wipe the dust off because it was getting pretty dusty. You can see the dust on here. Finish wiping it up. All right, so what you want to do is every time I take this bike out, because I don't ride it a lot, I go ahead and turn the gas off when I run it out of gas. So this bike sits with no fuel inside the carburetors. Also, I put it on a battery tender. The battery tender is super important because when it's time to start it back up again, you want to have a nice charged up battery. If you're trying to rely on your battery and you think it's going to last months or whatever, if you have the smallest drain on it, a couple months is just not going to do it. So it's not going to be able to crank it, and you need it to crank and crank until it starts. So here we have, this has an electronic fuel pump. All right, you can see it right there. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. You can hear it. All right. Turn the gas on. There you go. You can hear it in there filling it. Choke on. I'm standing the bike up right here to make sure it gets all filled. All right, and then we're going to hit the start button. And there you go, that's all there is to it. If your bike is sitting for an extended period of time, make sure that you make sure there's no oil leaks underneath. Check the oil, of course. Make sure you check your tire pressure. Tire pressure is very important. A lot of people will overlook it. When a bike sits for 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 3 months, if it's got any kind of leak in the tires are old, it's going to leak some air. So make sure you got the right amount of air in there. But guys, that's my secret. Also, you know, inside the tank here, I like to put some 2-stroke oil in it when I'm taking it out. All right, so it keeps it nice and clean in there. If the bike's going to sit a lot, especially if it's in conditions where it's going to be any kind of moisture, make sure you put a little bit of 2-stroke oil. I mean, like a tank, like a cap full in the tank. That's all you got to do, and then it'll slosh around. It'll help coat everything in there and keep it nice. But when you're riding in, I usually about a block away from my house. I go ahead and shut the fuel off, and I let the bike just run out of gas. I'll let it sit here and idle, and it'll run out of gas. Roll it back into its little spot right there, and hook up the battery tender, and this thing will be good. And it's sat for up to 6 months, as long as I'll ever let this bike sit, because I like to ride it. But 6 months, it'll start up the same way, no problems at all. So guys, it's beautiful out here. I'm gonna go take a ride. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and until next time guys, it's Tepco Cycle Repair.